Good morning. I want to talk to you about a subject that might seem strange to a lot of people and unnecessary, but it's necessary to me. I want to talk to you about the importance of black superheroes for our children. Now, I'm 60 years old. I'll be 61 in July. And I was just thinking back why I think this is important. Um, I was watching some clips, on the DC sniper. And one of the things he said in that movie that was made for about it was that when he was a little kid, uh, some of his heroes, the actors came to town. He was this little kid and he was standing in line to meet his heroes and stuff. And he said they were going around shaking all the kids' hands. And then they just walked past him and ignored him. And he just felt like dirt. And it's not an excuse for the stupid stuff he was doing, but it was part of his psyche that he was looking up to these men who were supposed to be the heroes. And I grew up the Lone Ranger and everything else. I just want to tell you something important. I went to go see the Avengers with my son. He's 14 now, and I love comic books and stuff like that. But I knew about this man. It's the Black Panther. The Black Panther from mythical Uganda in Africa. The story is just fascinating. And one of the things that I noticed in the series, it'll probably be a year or two before they even put him in the series like it's supposed to be in the Avengers. But this gentleman, the actor, I don't want to say it wrong, but I'm going to say it. Digimon Hunso played in the Black Panther. And it's funny because I got this years ago for my son so he can know the history of black people in comic books at least. And this is what it said. From respected filmmaker, producer Reginald Hudlin and legendary comic artist John Romita comes the epic Black Panther story for which comic fans have waited 25 years. And this here had so much political stuff in it because they have, of course, an ore that it hasn't been found anywhere, and it's strong. And in the movie with Ultron recently, they started talking about it. And I said, so they're coming up on it. But one of the things I noticed, this guy here in this movie, you want your kids to see this. You want to order this. It's the Black Panther with Digimon Cujo. Go to Amazon and see it. And it's part of the Marvel Knights, series. The story is phenomenal. I mean, they were talking about our regal history, and he presented so slick. I don't want to give away things in the movie, but it's so slick and things that you won't see in a regular cinema. So I know they're making one, but the reason why I bring this up is because when you think about it, we're coming up now on the thought of putting a woman on a $20 bill. And a lot of people who like things the way they are, I just finished going to a bank, man. And two women, I couldn't believe this, but this shows me, two women were sitting there saying, why do they want to change things? That man deserved to be where he is. They didn't know who this dude was. They didn't know who Jackson was, the things he did, the treaties he broke. He just massacred Native Americans. But see, this is what I want to say. There comes a time in life when you just got to understand you're not going to convince people of your way of thinking. Their reality is their reality. Your reality is your reality. So I just want to put it like this. You're born. You come into this world. You're who you are. There's nothing wrong with who you are. But why is it that one group of people think it's okay to say that to their kids, but then you can't say that to your kids? So how are you going to say that to your kids if you're not being represented? We finally got two terms of being represented as black people. It's time for women to be represented. You can't put a woman on a $20 bill. Remove this knucklehead, and they're going on there. It's as simple as that. And, you know, Victor Hugo said, nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. We have to get on each other's heads. You know, I had to find people in my life from the time I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking up and I'm seeing my history is looking at photo magazines colored here, and you can't eat it. What are you talking about? So, and then all of a sudden, all men are created equal. Well, I don't feel equal. Something's wrong with this picture. So, therefore, what you learn is what's represented isn't always the truth. And you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to. See these brothers right there? They had to make a sacrifice. They could have had money and fame and whatever. You see these gentlemen right there? They had to make a sacrifice. You know, you can't get out of it. You must stand up for what's real. They nailed Jesus Christ to the cross. Come on. You're going to have to come to a point where it's like, okay, my job is not just to sit here and live and get something to eat and go on. I have to pass on some courage. I have to be strong. I have to be able to do this. Because I figure like this. You come here, you become aware, you have what you have. And if you have wisdom and you know some things and you've lived a life and you turn around and you find a way to present your spiritual self to the picture, you make yourself strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. You realize you can't eat the things you used to eat in order to sustain life. You can't do the things you used to do in order to have yourself a happy family. You've got to create the atmosphere. You know, and one of the things that I feel that I'm lucky at is because I know I had to get it in my head, the teaching of you have to be twice as good to get half of what they got. Well, cool. I'm going to be 4 times as good. And I'm going to end with this. Like Maya Angelou said, I shut down, I don't talk, and I spent some years in getting all kinds of wisdom and knowledge. Now when I talk, I got something to say, baby. I got something to say.